You guys want to talk about Thomas one more time? Look, I am going completely off script. I did not plan any of this. I don't even know how to start this video. So, about a week or so ago, I uploaded the 1000 subscriber special, which was a review of Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Everything I said in that review, I stand by. I appreciate it for nostalgia's sake, but I don't think it's a good Thomas movie. I don't think it's really a good film in general. But there was a lot of discussion in the comments about how, no, it was actually pretty good. But it kind of got me questioning, how much of a fan base is there? Because across all my Thomas reviews, they always have dozens of comments, like they're the most popular videos on my channel. So I got to wondering, is there a fan base for Thomas the Tank Engine? Yes, and I was not prepared for what I found. So, let's talk about the wonderful, weird, and wonderful world, I guess, I don't know what else W word to use, of Brocomotives. That's what I call them. I don't know if they have an official name or not. So, as we begin, though, I'd like to clarify/apologize for a few things. One, I commented in the review on Magic Railroad that the original Thomas theme was not used in the movie. I didn't word that correctly. What I meant was, because everyone pointed out, yeah, it's used in the beginning, and ironically at the very beginning of the review when I'm talking about it, you can hear it playing because I was using the score. What I meant was, there isn't like a straight up use of it in the traditional sense of like when they use he's a really useful engine. I know they use it, and I appreciate that they did, but it's also tied into the theme of the movie, so that's not exactly what I was getting at. Furthermore, the comment I made about, going from Peter Fonda to Thomas and Percy, that was mostly sarcastic, and I know that clip was actually about them talking about something serious, but I know. Okay, I know. But I'm not going back on it, and that's really a problem with that movie, is the drastic tonal shift. But I got really curious. What exactly are these people up to? Is this just, a kind of thing like people who, like grown men who like Looney Tunes, or like the Bronies, where they kind of hang out and talk about episodes? When I started this quest, what I was kind of assuming was, okay, might be some fan art, maybe a joking fanfic or two, maybe an OC, and just talking about episodes. You have no idea the rabbit hole I stumbled into. So you guys know on YouTube in the recommended section there's always those really obnoxious like Ryan's World videos and stuff like that? Every now and then you might get a video that's like Thomas and Friends, like some sort of movie, but it's very clearly just the wooden railway stuff. No, that's legit. There are people that remake entire episodes and make all new episodes, even full-length movies, with the wooden railway stuff. There's even people who make it animated themselves. There's literally whole new canons, essentially, of people that have created their own fan universe. But the amount of love there was for Thomas the Tank Engine kind of blew me away. And there were two sites in particular I found that I really wanted to bring up. I'm simply bringing these up because I'm honestly amazed and impressed with what they've done. One of them is called SIF, or Sodor Island Forums. And that's kind of what you would expect. It's essentially a fan place to come, talk about episodes, do ranked lists of the best episodes of this series, talk about the characters, talk about the movies. But then you get into stuff like the fan fictions, or the stories, or the scripts, and people make their own whole episodes. Like, they write them out. They put them up here, and everyone talks about them, and they're impressively written. Like, some of them are genuinely, really, really impressive, especially when you consider it's essentially Thomas the Tank Engine fan fiction. Yes, I've read more of these than I care to admit, and I will link some down below, because they're surprisingly good. And like I mentioned, there's fan animations, there's fan movies. And this isn't a joke. Like, that's the thing that really gets me. Most of this is not they're doing it sarcastically, or they're doing it for like a YouTube poop. A lot of this is genuine fan passion. Like, you know those like the Sonic X reanimated collab, or the the Kirby reanimated collab, or heck, even in a sense, Has Been Hotel. There are these passion projects of people who are creative, passionate, and have a love for a certain idea and really want to run with it. That's what some of these are. Now, okay, I am not some kind of media god on YouTube. You need to kind of appease and then you'll be really popular and famous because if you impress Raptor, that means you made it. No, I'm some idiot who sits in front of a camera and spends an entire month talking about Sci-Fi Channel shark movies. My opinion is my opinion. You don't need to try and earn my opinion. You don't need to make something to agree with my opinion. In fact, you don't even have to agree with my opinion. My opinion is my opinion. I don't think it's better than anyone else's. Unless their opinion is wrong, which in that case it's stupid, it's dumb, I hate them, and my opinion is better. Why do you think otherwise? I'm kidding. But yeah, so Sodor Island Forums is a shockingly friendly place as well. You hear horror stories all the time about fans from Sonic the Hedgehog, Steven Universe, My Little Pony, Rick and Morty. These hyper crazy fans of Star Wars who harass, who are vulgar, who create overly sexual works. But all the people I've read or talked to or kind of interacted with on this forum are very calm, very passionate, very friendly. Now, someone pointed me to a site called Restore the Magic. This is really what got me wanting to make a video on this topic. Restore the Magic is a site I really wish I knew about before I made that review on Thomas and the Magic Railroad, because it had some kind of heartbreaking information in a way. The biggest thing being the aftermath of the movie. The movie had a $19 million budget and made something like $19.8 million back. Britt Allacroft, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, the woman who essentially created the Thomas and Tank Engine show, was forced to resign from her position because executives blamed her for the movie they tampered with bombing. Dick move. I feel really bad that I didn't bring that up. In fact, it's fascinating because they talk all about it. Because I went into length about the whole. Yeah, it turns out there was this whole subplot that was removed. Turns out there was so much more than just that one subplot. Turns out entire character backstories were effectively cut because of the things being removed. And in 2015, this footage actually surfaced, which shows the original ending, or the work cut, of the final chase. The two major differences being Diesel 10 is Russian and PT Boomer is there. It also makes some of their interactions a bit more understandable in a way compared to the final product, especially this one.
No! I'll get you, Bernard Stone! Yes!
No, you won't, Boomer. Because the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you.
Now I'll get you, Bernard Stone!
No, you won't. Because the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you.
See, originally it was like the whole, no, you won't, Diesel, because the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you. That line made no sense because Diesel 10 clearly believed in this magic, so yeah. And in fact, the whole PT Boomer character, it turned out, was the one who crashed Lady because he was jealous of Bernard Stone's wife, effectively. Like, there actually was a reason. A lot of the stuff I was talking about in the review, kind of saying, yeah, they don't explain it, blah, blah, blah. They did. And then they cut it out. So, look, what I said in that review, like I've said, I'm standing by. But I'd like to kind of issue a sort of apology, not an apology, but it's kind of a, what's the best word for this? A correction, sort of. To kind of say, yeah, okay. Turns out some of my complaints could have actually been addressed if they'd kept the film the original way it was, but I'm judging the movie as it was when it came out, so yeah, sorry. But okay, back to Restore the Magic. You might be wondering, okay, what is Restore the Magic exactly? They're a fan group who have been petitioning and essentially trying to get the original cut of Thomas and the Magic Railroad released. It's kind of like release the Snyder cut, but they're actually getting results. Yeah, it turns out that I forget the company, but one of the companies actually acknowledged them, saying, yeah, we found a old cut of this movie. And they've been kind of petitioning and getting fan involvement. And it turns out even Mattel, the company that now currently owns Thomas, has acknowledged they are interested in re-releasing it with the complete cut. And frankly, as much as I really am probably never going to watch Thomas and the Magic Railroad again, if they released it, the complete old version, I'd totally review it. Because I'd be curious to see how much was actually fixed. And as for how they got the title Restore the Magic, they have one of the trains used from the movie. They have Lady, one of the huge lady props they used in the movie, and they've been working on restoring it for the past few years. And much like these Sodor Island forums, this is very clearly a passion project. It's not because of, they're getting paid to do it. In fact, they're doing it effectively for free. They're relying on donations. It's because they have passion, because they love what they're doing. It's like me when I talk about Sharknado. And I'm honestly amazed at, the fan art, the fan stories, the whole world these people create. And the funny thing is, I don't think anybody has ever heard of the Brocomotives unless you're one of them. Now look, I'm not saying that we need to make this like front of Reddit or whatever. I'm just saying this is something I kind of learned more about after making these past few reviews based on the Thomas films. And it's kind of given me a new appreciation for a lot of my childhood, for a lot of the stuff, because I grew up almost religiously watching Thomas the Tank Engine. It was like the only thing I watched. And I think it's kind of neat that so many people have the same feelings I do. Except for the part that I didn't go on to kind of start a whole fan thing. But again, I'm not judging anyone for doing that. It's, you know what I mean. So, yeah, there's these two sites, and I'll leave you the links down below. Again, if you're not really interested, then you can just kind of move on. I will have another review up soon. Thing is, though, if you're interested in the history of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, or just interested in what the fan base is like, check them out. This will probably be the last time I talk about Thomas and Friends for a long time. For some reason, they're always the most popular videos on my channel, and I'm kind of disappointed in that because, I did Day of the Diesels as a joke, and then that became like my most popular review for a while. But look, you know what? As much as I can complain about it, I want to thank you just the same. Because that amount of views I get, you have no idea how happy that makes me. Because it means people actually watch it. Even if a lot of people get angry that I don't like them, it's still people watching my stuff. Maybe someday I'll end up re-reviewing Magic Railroad with the complete uncut Magic Edition, I believe is what they're calling it, fully restored and released. It's just a fascinating world that I kind of fell into. And it honestly makes me kind of happy that I did fall into it, because it's such a weird thing that I never really thought I'd experience. I almost feel like I discovered like a whole new world in a way. And again, I'm really impressed. The people that make all this stuff I looked at, it's amazing. For what it is, for Thomas Fanworks, it's really good. Sure, Thomas is a kids show. Sure, it has some pretty good stuff, it has some pretty bad stuff. Sure, if I looked deep enough, I could probably find some really disturbing stuff with the fans, like Rule 34 and stuff like that. And no, I'm not going to look that up. Don't ask me to. If someone paid me to, maybe, but I'm not doing that for a video. But from what I see on the surface, like most great fan bases, they're friendly, they're fun, and they're really talented. It all comes from a place of passion. And for that, while we may not agree with each other on the quality of certain movies or shows in this franchise, it do have my respect. In an odd, weird, not backwards, but unexpected kind of way. So you know what? To all the Brocomotives watching this, you guys keep doing you. Keep making the content you love. It's what I've been doing for 7 years. So why should you stop anytime soon?